Hi, everybody. My name is Becca, and I work for Northwest University. And today I'm joined here by an amazing academic coach, Linda Wemple from Arizona. And we just want to talk a little bit about how to maybe find an academic coach for your partnership and what are some roles that the academic coach plays. So what I'm going to do is share some slides with you. All right. So the first thing I wanted to ask you, Linda, is what are some ways that maybe a church could find an academic coach? What are some things to think about when you're looking for one?
Well, our coordinator ran the program for a year by herself, and she realized pretty quick on that she needed a partner. So she was looking for someone who had experience with, you know, like if they had their degree, that type of thing. And there were a few of us. So she interviewed all of us, and I was the winner. I was the one that got the job, and I love working with young adults. And so I believe what she was looking for, because I wasn't there during that thought process, but I'm pretty sure she was looking for someone with a degree, someone with their bachelor's, master's would be even better, and someone that is not afraid of working with young adults and, really do want to help students from our church.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So what Linda was saying is sometimes it's a separate person, an academic coach specifically. And in some cases, the coordinator has the skills to do that on their own, just kind of put on their academic coach role. It's really great if you have, if this person has a background in education. It might be a volunteer from your church, or what you could consider is paying this person a stipend from your program fee to really help your students out. It sounds like there's a job description that you have that we might be able to share with others if they're looking for an academic coach. I guess my other question is, what kind of time commitment do you have in this role?
We do have a job description, and everything I have, I'm very open to share. My time commitment is about 6 hours a week. Last year we had study hall on Tuesday mornings from 9 to noon, and I was there for that whole period of time. My coordinator was in a staff meeting at the time, so I had the interns all to myself. And we got to spend quite a bit of time together thinking about how to help them. And I know we're going to get into that a little bit more about how that study hall looks. This year we're changing that up a little bit. 3 hours in a block is a bit much for them. So we're spreading the 3 hours over the week. So, and I think that's going to work best. But see, that's what's so good about this. We get to make changes as we see fit. So.
Right. Yeah. And for each program, it might look a little bit different. You guys have about 10 students. Is that correct? 7 to 10?
This year we have 10. Last year we had 7.
Right. So maybe if a partner only had 1 or 3 students, they might be able to accomplish their whole role within 2 hours, just meeting with that student.
Absolutely. Yes.
The support they need. Cool. So one of the main roles the academic coach does is they help the students have regular accountability. The NU team is going to be sending some grade checks to the coordinator that just says, hey, about 3 times per semester, we notice some of your students have C's and D's. But that's about all the detail we go into. And it seems like Linda has a little bit more detailed of a program to keep her students on track. So they have a study hall weekly that they do check-ins, and Linda has devised a really cool program of keeping track of the students. Do you want to talk kind of about your system?
Okay, when I go into the NU grading system, I can see the detail of what classes each student is taking and how they're doing on each assignment each week. So what I do is I look at those details. So if the assignment was 40 points and the student got 35 points, I'll know that. And so I keep track of it in a notebook that I can carry back and forth from church to home, because home is usually where I do all that detail work. And I just keep track so I can sit down and chat with the intern about if they missed an assignment, what's going on, what can we do to help. You know that just turning everything in is going to get you at least a C, so let's shoot for higher than that. So I'm kind of the encourager, the cheerleader at the same time. But I need that detail. I need to know exactly where they're at every week. So I have a form that I created to help me with that part of it. And I'm very, like I said before, very willing to share.
Awesome. Yeah, so Linda's doing the reviews of all the details before she comes into study hall, and she has the details that she can just address right away with the students and what she has in mind for them to accomplish during that study hall hour.
And I also at the same time keep notes. Like if they're telling me that they're having difficulties or something happens, I jot myself a note and date it, and then that's something we can talk about again later. So
great. Yeah, that's really helpful. So just logistically, all of our coordinators or academic coaches, anyone who's volunteer cleared, can get access to our NU Online portal. And I'll just click through really quickly what it looks like. When you log in, this is the URL. You'll log in and you'll have your own NU email address. And then you're going to want to search for your student's name. Sometimes you need to click See Profile, and sometimes it'll jump right to their name, depending on how specifically your search is. When you're on the student's profile, you can see their currently enrolled classes, but you can also see their completed classes. So if you are just jumping into this role and you kind of want to get a feel for your students and what courses they've completed, what kind of grades they've been earning, you can look at their completed classes as well. So once you see the list of their enrolled classes, you'll just click on the title of a class you want to delve into. You can also see a really quick overall grade. Say this student, you might not have any concerns, but it does look like they have one assignment that's still due. So you would click into the class, and then when you're on the class, you would click the grade book on the left-hand side. And now you'll go ahead and find your student. And there's a lot of information here on this grade book. And so maybe Linda, do you want to talk about what are the things you're looking for when you're in the grade book?
Generally at the beginning of the grade book, you see all the students' names. You look for your student, and on the next column, you can see where it shows if there are any missing assignments, that orange circle there. So that's just kind of, I don't stop there though. I want to go through the whole line to see exactly what the detail is. Which assignments are they missing? And that type of thing. Generally, the students have a due date for each week. Every week, the practice quiz is due on Thursday night. The learning quiz also Thursday night. The discussion is due by Saturday night, and the ALA is due on Sunday night. And so you can kind of see how they're doing. I generally look at this, the grade book, probably 3 times a week, maybe 4, just to see, make sure, because if somebody's falling behind and things are starting to show up, this is where you're going to see it. You'll see that they haven't turned in their assignments this week. So then I, of course, get on the phone right away or the text and try to get a hold of them and see, okay, what's going on? Tell me what I can do to help. So this is the core of what an academic coach is, in my mind, is knowing those grades and knowing how the interns are doing.
Right, knowing how they're progressing.
In real time. I think that's important.
Right. Yeah.
Because the 7 weeks goes pretty fast.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. With it being a 7-week course, if you get 2 weeks behind, all of a sudden it almost feels like you're halfway behind through the whole course. So it's good to catch it before it gets too late. So one other thing I see here is sometimes professors leave comments on the assignments? And is there anything special you do with those comments?
Yes, love those comments. I think a lot of times it's just, hey, great job. This is a better paper than last week, or something like that. But sometimes it'll be things like, you're not giving me enough detail, something like that, or the comments vary widely. So what I do is I write down, I mean, when you have 7, 10 kids, it can get to be quite a bit, but I write down some of the comments on a page, no names and no classes assigned. I just write, I want to know what kind of general comments the instructors are making. And then I can help them a little clearer with my direction for them about all right, what does it mean when the instructor is saying you're not giving enough detail? So then we talk about that.
Right, that's awesome. So it almost sounds like if you can see that multiple of your students are struggling with a similar topic, then you can create a little mini lesson and
Yes.
have, 5 minutes or 10 minutes before you delve into the specific grades to kind of address the whole group of students.
Yeah. And we do that often. They're used to the first 10 minutes being a mini lesson because 4 of you guys are hearing the same comments. So let's go into smart thinking, because NU has this huge, wonderful tutoring file that you can tap into and get some ideas about exactly what can we do to help.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing. Cool. One other thing to keep in mind when you're looking here is you can click on any of the assignment titles. And if you click on the assignment titles, it'll show you exactly what the instructions are for the assignment. So if you're new to NU Online, that's where to learn about the assignment. And then one other place you can actually get the full syllabus is over on the left-hand side. It says course guide. And when you click in there, you can download the whole syllabus, or you can just look week by week what your students are expected to do. So that's sometimes helpful if the professor maybe just says, can you refer back to the assignment? I think you missed some points. All right, let's see here. So we're concluding here. I just really want to talk about some resources we have on our main Eagle webpage, which the URL is listed here at the top. We do have a lot of resources for our coordinators, and one of them is the academic coaching guide. It's about 5 to 7 pages that just really explains what the time commitment might look like, what are some things that would be entailed with that sort of job. And so I encourage you to download that and take a look at it, especially maybe if you're looking for one in your church, you could put together a job description from that guide. So Linda also has some templates that she said she'd be happy to share with you. She has been in the education sector for 30 years.
31 years in public ed. So I've been retired for a few years, and this is getting me back into it. I love it. It's great. So
Right.
yes, templates, anything that I can do, just sit and talk, anything like that. My information is available. You can go through Becca and she will get that for you.
Yes, great. Is there anything that you think we left out that you want to add, Linda?
No, I think we did a great job.
Okay. See, she's a good encourager too. Maybe you should look for a cheerleader when you're finding an academic coach as well. All right, so just contact me if you have any questions, becca.ruiz@northwestu.edu, and I will also link a bunch of these resources when I distribute this video. Thank you guys.